When I was a young boy, I hung on every word. That story of Santa was the best I've ever heard. Though some has been forgotten, I'll tell you one and all. His story, the way that I recall, was the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. When I heard all the clatter from out on the lawn, I just had to see what was going on. Well, I tore back the curtains and I threw up the sash. A sleigh-made reindeer went by me like a flash. With a little old driver so lively and quick, it just had to be jolly old Saint Nick. Ho, 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 ho! And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew back my head and was turning around, down the chimney he came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot. His clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth. Smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger alongside his nose, up the chimney he magically arose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to one and all, good night. Merry Christmas to one and all, good night. Merry Christmas to one and all, good night." Well, that tells Santa's story, I've heard it o'er and o'er, and I still hang on every word the way I did before. Some don't believe in Santa, I have no doubt at all. I know that he's the way that I recall. Just let him be the way that I recall. Last Christmas Santa's reindeer ran sweet old grandma down. They say she's gone forever and that she's heaven bound. But she's not with the angels, she's down here stomping on the ground, looking for revenge, and revenge is what she found. Grandma just ran over Santa's reindeer when they came to visit Christmas Eve. Grandma said the reindeer had it coming. Grandpa nods his head and just agrees. She was parked behind a billboard when Santa landed on the lawn, and as she stepped down on the throttle, she said, "Kiss the fat man," and the reindeer gone. Well, they crashed and it was ugly, but Grandma yelled, "There's more to pay." Then she teepeed down her antlers and wiped her combat boots on Santa's sleigh. Grandma just ran over Santa's reindeer when they came to visit Christmas Eve. Grandma said the reindeer had it coming. Grandpa nods his head and just agrees. Then the free-for-all erupted, and Grandma stomped on Santa's toes. She pinned the ears back on old Blitzen and took a swing at Rudolph's big red nose. Well, that's the end for Santa. He won't stop there next Christmas Eve. He has had enough of Grandma. Reindeer nod their head, just agree. Grandma just ran over Santa's reindeer when they came to visit Christmas Eve. Grandma said the reindeer had it coming. Grandpa nods his head and just agrees. Santa and the reindeer now now believe.
Yeehaw!
Well, they've all learned to nod and just well, I think you know of Rudolph and his red-nosed reindeer fame. But have you ever heard of Randolph and how famous he became? Now, he was strong and he was bold and he was loved by old Saint Nick. Well, he was just as fast as Rudolph, but he just couldn't stop as quick. Randolph the brown-nosed reindeer had the biggest nose around, and it was really silly how his nose turned brown. He was right behind old Rudolph, and he showed no doubt or fear. But when he heard whoa, he stopped too slow and slammed into Rudolph's rear. Randolph the brown-nosed reindeer, what'll become of you? Since your nose got Rudolph, your friends are far and few. The reindeer are so nervous, and Rudolph's in such pain, that your career with Santa is headed down the drain. And Randolph got the warning, shape up or you'll have to go. So he tried to clean his big nose and gave it a mighty blow. Well, it sounded like a foghorn on a fog-bound ship at sea. And that's when Santa knew what Randolph could do and how helpful he might be. Randolph the brown-nosed reindeer, what'll become of you? Since your nose got Rudolph, your friends are far and few. The reindeer are so nervous, and Rudolph's in such pain, that your career with Santa is headed down the drain. So they tried him alongside Rudolph at the very head of the sleigh. Well, that kept old Randolph's big nose out of everybody's way. And when it gets so foggy, Rudolph's nose is hard to see. And that's when Randolph blows his big nose, and they're as safe as they can be. Randolph the brown-nosed reindeer has become a hero's name. Now it brings him honor, where once it just brought him shame. And Santa is so happy, and the reindeer are the same. Since Randolph the brown-nosed reindeer made the Reindeer Hall of Fame. Yes, Randolph and his big nose made the Reindeer Hall of Fame.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has